For today's story, we are talking about the lack of consequences against some of the police officers who did such a poor job when it came to defending the innocent students in the recent school shooting in Texas. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law, where we learn through the misfortunes of others. As always, I hope you'll enjoy this legal education content, and today will be the day I earn that subscription. For today's story, we are talking about the police chief of the Uvalde shooting. Unfortunately, there was recently a mass shooting in Texas, but perhaps even more unfortunately, it seems like the police were in a position to help do something about it for quite some time and didn't. It seems that police officers were merely outside the school trying to arrest parents trying to get into the school rather than trying to go into the school and stop the person who was doing the shooting. There are varying reports, and the discovery of what's going on still has to fully occur, but it appears the police were on scene for many minutes, if not up to an hour, without going into the school to try to stop the school shooter. Instead, just stopping outside, and because, they were concerned about getting injured, but then again, not so concerned about the school children.
After everything, I get more angry because you have a bulletproof vest. I had nothing. You're supposed to protect and serve. There is no excuse for their actions. And I will never forgive them.
Well, there are many different ways the officers could be potentially disciplined. And one might be by, for example, the school board. Well, not so much, because the school board has formally declined to punish the police chief who failed to confront the gunman. Apparently, the school board is completely okay with this. At the first meeting of the Uvalde Consolidated Independent School District Board since the deadly mass shooting, members took new action against the school police chief, Peter Andrendero. The meeting, which was opened with prayer, was called in response to a May 24th attack by a lone gunman at the Robb Elementary School that left 19 students and 2 teachers dead. Although the agenda had allowed the school board to terminate Andrendero, in part, the meeting was behind closed doors. They declined to do so, according to the Texas Tribune. So they didn't even fire their own police chief. I guess they were happy with the services they got. During the first part of the meeting, the superintendent, Dr. Hall Harrell, said his heart goes out to the families of the victims and called the slain teachers heroes. Not so much for the police officers who apparently didn't do anything. He also told attendees, including parents, that the children would never return to the Texas school. A mother, who was just one of 2 residents who addressed the board, said her 7-year-old son is deadly afraid of going to the school. Well, one would imagine many, many reasons why, for example. Harrell said that while he was eager for investigations to come to completion, there was no additional information to provide on the matter. The board is slated to meet again on the afternoon of June the 20th. Andrendero did not attend the meeting, and the Tribune has reported that the man is in hiding, even from state police who are investigating the shooting. Also, on top of this, he was also sworn in as a member of the city council in a private ceremony earlier last week. So he's got a promotion. He's now a member of the city council. I'm sure that his years and years of service will be of immense value to the city council that he is now a part of.
Victims' families still struggling to understand why it took school district police 45 minutes from the time the shooting started to breach that classroom. And according to Texas DPS, the district police chief, Pete Arredondo, has stopped cooperating. The Uvalde Police Department and Uvalde CISD police have been cooperating with investigators. The chief provided an initial interview but has not responded to a follow-up interview with the Texas Rangers that was made 2 days ago. That a quote from Texas DPS.
The 50-year-old has come under fire, facing calls for termination over slow response. You think? The 18-year-old gunman spent roughly 80 minutes inside the school. More than an hour passed from when the first officers followed him into the building, and when he was ended by law enforcement according to the official timeline. Didn't we learn after Columbine we're supposed to go in and confront these people right away? I guess they didn't get that message in Texas. Steve McCraw, head of Texas Department of Public Safety, said Andiadero believed the active shooting had turned into a hostage situation and made the wrong decision not to order officers to breach. You think again? Authorities have not said how Andiadero was communicating with other law enforcement officials at the scene. So it appears, based on all the news that we're seeing, that the police were massively, massively defective at their job. The police that we pay. Thank you so much for being part of the Uncivil Law family. If you enjoyed this legal education content, please hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel grow. We appreciate your continuing support. Until later, my friends, cheers and goodbye.